Boys and girls, children of all ages, the future is already here, and you guys have to remember that you're not going to get jobs, but the good news is you're going to work for multiple companies and work in multiple projects and make a lot more money than you ever did. And we've got people who are going to make you do that on their platform. I've got the founders of Crescent. Hi, Hatim. Hi, Pritesh. How are you guys?
Doing good. How are you?
Pleasure coming here.
No, it's great for you guys to come here and meet me all the way from Pune, yeah?
It's always a pleasure.
And Crescent's now got, they've completed 10,000 projects and everything in the gig economy.
Everything.
And you professionals out there, stop working, get onto their platform, meet a lot more people and earn a lot of money, right? That's the future, right?
That's the future.
When did this all start, man?
So we started back in 2016 officially. So we started in 2015.
Okay.
6 months were our R&D phase. So we wanted to be very sure before we come into the market.
So you built the tech.
Yeah, so we kind of not build the tech. So we are not a tech company. Okay,
but the platform.
But the platform. Yeah, and pretty much we took 6 months to understand what the market is, what the gap is, and what people are facing in gig economy. So back then there was no word called gig economy. It was only freelancers, and freelancers se kaam karna thoda mushkil hai, something like that.
That's how it began, and freelancing was like a word where we outsource something that's very cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it started out, right?
And also people used to think kahin job nahi mila to freelancer ban gaya. So back then people were freelancer by force. I want to make them freelancers, or we want to make them freelancers by choice.
Yes, and that's the future, right?
That's the future.
I mean, you started off with photography, design, and only content. But today, there's IT services, there's digital marketing, there's AI, AR, whatnot.
Exactly.
Everything is. Why do companies want to outsource to professionals today? Is it because they don't want them on roles? They want quality work done rather than employing somebody for their internal role? Or
So I'll tell you, all these fields are creative fields. Okay, hiring one person. Every person has its boundary of being creative.
Yes.
Okay. If you go out, you extend that boundary. Okay. So people go out to get more creative. Okay. To get more creativity, and that's how now people are wanting to hire independent professionals. The main reason is there's new fresh content every time coming out from every different people.
And you can see what is happening in the industry, as in people are doing a lot of stuff, as in they are extremely creative now with AR, with AI, and they are challenging themselves. So we wanted to create a platform where we wanted to utilize these resources, and most importantly, change the perception of the B2B sector, especially for Indian independent professionals. That is most important, because those 6 months were completely research we got in the market to understand the pain points of this industry,
and mostly the freelancers don't get paid. Now let's call them professionals.
Absolutely.
But they never got paid very well, right? And that's what you wanted to change the perception of, right? After doing that, now everybody says, every startup, every large company is saying, let's go after the market outside. Can we get a professional from outside, come do this for 6 months and then move on, right? It's going to be a massive reality. You guys have to tell them what kind of companies are coming to you. Then they'll probably wake up and say, hey, it's real. Exactly. What are those companies?
So we work intensively with Swiggy, Uber Eats, Food Panda. The best thing is 3 leading food delivery app are working with one single company.
And it's a national account for us. We have, there are currently 14.
They sign up with you guys, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. There are currently 400 professionals working for all these 3 accounts in 90 cities. In 90 cities, we have penetrated into tier 2, tier 3 cities.
Yes, they're also expanding there.
Absolutely.
And what kind of work? Photography is mostly the biggest thing.
So for all these 3 clients, we do photography. For Ola, we do designing. For Times of India, we do designing. The contents for startup websites and all.
Absolutely.
Then we are also going to luxury chains of hospitality industries, wherein we are giving them AR facilities, services, something like that.
So we have been, we wanted to make a platform very unique. See, it's very important to monetize the freelance platform. A lot of competitors have been there, and they talk about millions of sign-ups.
Users.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Absolutely. That is just a stock which is there to show numbers. But we wanted to monetize our resources from the beginning. So we wanted to ensure that recurring business comes to us.
Okay, say for example I sign up with you, content deal, just hypothetically, and you guarantee that I get recurring projects. Is there a business model where I sign up by paying you guys,
No.
And
So-
it's free for it's free for the professional.
Yeah.
That's important.
So there's no subscription fees.
Okay.
You get paid for the work you do and the quality of work you get. Something like that. So it's purely on a commission based. For example, if you're doing project worth ₹1 lakh, probably you get 80,000 in your hand. So all we do is we find good businesses for you.
Yeah.
Businesses which value your content.
So your expenses are going to the B2B segment and saying, look, come to our platform.
Exactly.
We've got people who will do it for you. We'll guarantee the work.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So you can, in one word, you can call us, we are marketing partners for these professionals. We get businesses for them, and we are changing the perception of the B2B sector to
And also marketing partners for the B2B to discover right talent.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And by the way, if I'm not happy with the work that some professional has given me, I can say no to that work.
So we have a tenure of 7 days. So you try and assess a independent professional for 7 days. Okay, you give us a judgment within that 7 days whether you want to go ahead or not.
I'm a bit afraid. You're absolutely great point, because as a professional, when I offer somebody services, what can scare me is I do the work and that guy says, I won't pay you now. That happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
So let me answer this question.
Yes,
So
please.
we have
Come closer. I think the mic is.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So let me answer this question. So we have a very rigid model while onboarding a professional. So these analysis starts from, first of all, portfolio analysis. We do a very rigid portfolio analysis. Then an interview call goes to these professionals, and then test assignments are given to them. So we ensure that whoever is coming on board is actually he knows
Verified.
the industry.
Yeah.
Verified, knows the industry, because communication is something we take very seriously.
So you curate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, I would like to bring up a point of escrow.com.
Yes.
So what happens is this used to happen, it still happens. People get, clients get work done from freelancer, and then end of the day they say, no, it's we're not paying you. They make them struggle to get paid. So what we do, whenever projects we sign up, we take 25% and we put it in the escrow account.
Yeah.
So that money does not go to client or freelance. It stays with us unless we get an approval from both the parties that okay, the project is being completed as per the quality and the timeline. Then we release the entire.
And you also protect the IP of the guy, the professional. That the corporate doesn't take it and say enough. I mean, if the corporate says it's bad, you verify that hey, no, we don't think it's that bad.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So for the entire process, how we distinguish ourselves from the other companies, we have project managers.
Okay.
These people are
Great.
These people are trained to get the workflow very
Hassle-free.
hassle-free.
I think this gig economy thing sometimes is scary, because a lot of people come to me and say, can you introduce me to engineers? Which I, being a journalist, know a lot of contacts. Say, okay, there are friends who do it too. And then after the transaction, the both parties don't like each other because because somebody is paying the money, they believe that they're not getting quality work done, and the guy who's giving the work says, I've given him quality, he doesn't understand it. This is becoming a common theme in the gig.
Exactly, and that's the biggest gap that we are fulfilling by having project managers. Okay.
Yes.
So what does a project manager do, Pritesh, for example?
So project managers are technically very sound in terms of managing projects. So they have at least 3 to 4 years of industry experience. They have worked with ad agencies. They are now freelance consultants for a lot of startups or industry professionals. So we get them on board. We ensure that whatever comes through them is actually
vetted by them.
All right. So here, see, this is the pain point. This is where we are solving a very fundamental problem which the freelancing sector has been facing till now. Like you had rightly put, that there is always a trust issue at the end of the day. I cannot like your work, you may not like my work. So we solve that. If you come back to me saying that, hi Pritesh, I'm a project manager. Let's say I'm not liking the work, can you please sort this out? So we are going to sort that out. That is where the complete ownership is coming into picture. That is where we are giving a professional touch to this.
I think platforms like you are going to create the trust as the most important thing, right? And
credibility.
And the fact that you guys are already crossed 5 crores in revenues.
Yes.
And you're going to scale up higher.
Yeah.
Right?
We're projecting 9 to 10.
Yes. I want to ask you this, right? There are a couple of more people that compete with you, but you're saying even that many isn't enough to get the entire gig economy going, because there are more than 12 million graduates in India, and I think a small percentage of it, maybe 30%, gets to the formal economy, right?
So I will give down the figures to
Yes,
you
please.
now. So there are 25 million independent professionals, freelancers in India. Okay, and 60% are below the age of 30.
Okay, 60% are below the age of 30.
And I would like to take you to the global figures. Okay,
Yes, please.
so out of the entire global freelance market, 60% belong. 60% freelancers are from India, and they are catering to 80% of projects done
Globally.
That's
It's
ironic.
not even the Chinese.
No, it's Indian.
It's global.
And the issue is the figures are inverse in India. People are not getting.
So inside, we're not getting projects internally.
Yeah.
Internally, it's
Okay.
going.
Outside.
So outside people are hiring Indian freelancers and getting work done. Okay.
And they pay well also.
Yeah.
And they pay well, of course. But then, in next 4 to 5 years, we are going to cross $35 billion. Of the Indian freelance market is going to cross
$35 billion US
billion
dollars.
dollars. So that's a huge gig economy. Okay. And see, everybody is like under 30 and wanting to be a freelancer. Next 10 years, 20 years, it's gonna be like. So this is this interesting fact that just happened outside. So we were meeting Shraddha, so we just came across. So she
I
was
heard her, I can hear her voice.
So she was just asking what you guys are doing, and the statement that she made is like, probably in future there's gonna be no jobs. Everybody's gonna do freelance.
I can see it already happening.
Yeah.
I mean, journalism has always been a
Absolutely.
low cost model.
Yeah.
And so to work with professionals, they may as well outsource the bigger ideas to people outside, right?
Absolutely.
And pay them for those projects.
True.
But where is the world heading in terms of IT services? Do you think IT services companies, because most of our graduates are engineers, they're obviously into things like machine learning, AI, AR, VR. Interestingly, these guys have to get used to freelancing, right? Whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, those 30 years of Infosys, Wipro, TCS is definitely going to slow down over the next 10 years. They're going to slow down on hiring. These guys have to look outside.
Yes.
See, in the future, we strongly believe that there is going to be a hybrid economy, workforce.
So you're saying part salary, part...
Absolutely, this is already happening, and you see the economy is shifting. The workforce atmosphere is going to shift. You see the job market now. It's on the lower side, but in future, people are going to try out interesting. They are going to come out of the closet because they are extremely focused towards their career. So that's where the economy is going to go, and that's where the hybrid model comes into picture. That's where we are going.
I think also the young graduates. Morning I was on a jog and I met a young graduate, and she was saying that she hasn't got a job for 6 to 7 months. And I said, if there is such an opportunity to freelance,
Exactly.
why are you looking for this permanent job? And you should tell some of the young people to check this out, right? It's something that they can explore.
Yeah.
Right?
So now, for the young people, the hardest part to work as a freelancer is you guys don't find proper clients.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And that's the
Absolutely
biggest
right.
loophole. Okay. Because you cannot trust somebody by just a phone call. Okay. Like, say for example, Vishal gives me a call. I'm a freelancer. Vishal is a client. Gives me a call and tells me I need this content piece. Just give it to me.
Yes.
So how am I supposed to trust you? How are you gonna pay me? And same way with your case, how are you gonna trust me?
Yes.
That's where Crescent helps you to bring the credibility from both the
Not
ends.
just the marketing, but also giving you clients.
Clients,
right?
exactly, yeah.
And also they help you build a portfolio.
Absolutely.
Think about this: the last 7 months instead of sitting quiet, if you build a portfolio of work,
correct.
then you can say that, look, I'm not unemployed. I was traveling around the world and I got some work done, right? Then the guy who's going to give you a job, or the girl who's going to give you a job, will say, man,
Absolutely.
you're the kind of person that I want.
Just to second to it, just to add to it, we have had a lot of strong stories from our freelance community. They have actually gotten very good jobs just by building up the portfolios, by working with us, because the recurring I talked to you about the recurring business.
Yes.
It has been coming through us, and that's where they're building a strong foundation for themselves.
And there's no one kind of work that comes from us.
Yeah.
There are different. It depends on your creative, what projects you want to take. See, like I mentioned, till date, I can give you in writing that there are 1,400 photographers working on daily basis with us.
Okay.
And that's a huge amount of number. 1,400 people getting daily jobs. At times when I check their bills, I feel, people should stop working and start doing freelancing.
Because
their
the
bills
bills,
cross,
if you
yeah.
hear the
Huge
bill
bills.
amount,
Huge.
Give us an idea of how much does let's talk engineering and then photography.
Yeah,
okay,
how
sure.
much does an average engineer earn?
25.
25 starts
25K?
from 25.
25, yeah.
And if they're good, goes up to lakhs.
30.
Yeah. If they are good.
If they're going to start their career,
Like Java and everything,
Yeah.
like that, just small coding or testing.
Absolutely.
Then they get 25.
Here the base is much more important, because the kind of background they are coming in, and no matter how good they are, they're going to get paid. like that only, because there's a range. There's a set of range that big companies give.
Okay. Can I come to your platform and say, look, I have been in the industry 20 years. I've done X projects for X clients. I want to freelance now. Anybody or 10 startups can come and take my work. I want each startup to pay me 1 lakh. But I guarantee them work. Can you market such people?
Okay, so I have a live example. So there is a designer with me. Okay, he's worked in an agency for 15 years. He's worked as an independent professional for 10 years. Total 25 years of work experience.
Okay. Extremely good.
Extremely good. As in, it's like a client gives a brief and he gives approved stuff in one pass.
draft.
Yeah, in one draft. Okay, and this guy
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, and this guy has stopped going other places to find job. He only works with Crescent as a freelancer. Yeah.
How do you guys, as young people, so both of you are under 30, I presume.
Yeah,
correct?
so 25.
How do you want to maintain such talent? That designer you spoke about is killer talent. How do you make sure that he doesn't go on to another platform? I mean, in the future, even there'll be super giggers, or I'm just coining that phrase now, that they're going to execute a lot of work, like you said, one draft. I'm done, or even code, just checking. I mean, just making sure that the first deployment itself is good, right? And it doesn't have bugs. Such guys, right? How do you hold on to them?
We are building a strong relationship.
Okay.
I mean, both ways. I mean, we are actually, there has to have a human touch to it. We do not act as corporations. To be very
or
honest.
a middleman or something like that.
Yes. Not at all. I mean, we talk to them, we know them in and out. We are founders, co-founders, and we have people working for us, but we know them in and out.
That's the major.
That's a plus point, because we know their pain points, we talk to them, we take insights, and that same applies to the B2B sector. That's why we're building a very good community of professionals from both ways to get connected and get extraordinary things done. That's why AR and VR is coming into picture in our portfolio.
And you're going to set that into, okay.
Yes.
Atim, Pritesh, you've got 10,000 projects completed. How many do you want to go to? How many will you end this year by? Are you raising money? What do you want to do?
Okay, so currently we are not looking at any external funding. Okay, probably not at this phase of our business. Next phase, we can consider when we are gonna bring in machine learning, complete tech-based Crescent INC. That's when we're gonna need fundings. But currently, what we are targeting is we are closely looking at 100 to 150% growth for sure.
So you're going to increase it to 30,000 projects completed by the end of the year.
For sure.
And we are majorly focusing at professional level projects here now. Because just to give you a stat, that our 45% of our business is recurring. All right. Now we have a good cash flow. All right. We have a strong base foundation because the projects are coming to us. Now we are actually taking a step outside and catering to the professional level services like IT, AR, VR.
Eventually, you'll become like on-demand platform. Because how will when you build your machine learning algorithm, right? Say, you have scale of say 40,000 professionals on your platform, and once making sure that the algorithm is not biased towards one guy because he's one guy or girl who does it well. You're going to ensure that doesn't happen.
Exactly. And also just to pick out one thing, we are not, from the start of the day, we're not gonna fill our website with masses. Okay, it's gonna be filtered, curated
quality.
Yeah, so
that's great.
Yeah, so we don't want to be like any other competitors from US who have you post a job and there will be 200
millions
people applying for the job.
Acceptance of projects.
So we don't want to do that.
No sense,
we want to keep limited.
That's where the trust issue falls.
Exactly.
So we are actually Indianizing the entire economy, as in the freelance economy for B2B sector. That's most important here, because if you simply adopt the Western model, it's not going to work.
It's not.
Absolutely not. That's our research. That's where we have a strong foundation. We are solving a very fundamental problem. That's why we are very much confident. That's why to answer your last question, that algorithms. So let me add to it. Now we know the insights. Now we know the pain points. So algorithms have a lot of strong background now. So we are going to build something which actually, the algorithms will know that these are the pain points. Okay, fine. If there are 10,000 people, I cannot actually direct this project to those people because their ratio of handling project is.
Okay, you look at their timelines also.
Yeah,
I got
absolutely.
it. Okay, for me, the most important aspect of gig economy is the dropout rates. Do people drop out?
Yeah, see, so the projects have, so we have also faced projects, okay, wherein freelancer have backed out, okay, because
You can't do the work.
yeah, they can't do the work, or maybe there's some unwanted scenarios that come up, okay. But for every project, we have a backup profession that's ready, okay. So we don't let our client face that, okay.
Nice.
So if any point of time, any independent profession or to that matter freelancer backs out, in 24 hours, we give them a guarantee. In 24
give
hours,
a
we replace.
replacement.
Okay. I want to talk a little more further. Manufacturing, we cannot ignore. Say they want a chemical testing engineer or a metallurgy specialist just to come for 10 days. Can you do a online kind of booking for an expert? A physical delivery also? Can that happen? Say, okay. I mean, will that happen? I don't know. I'll introduce you after the show to a company that outsources R&D.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Say if I'm going to be a chemical engineer who tests the metallurgy of certain alloys, right? Can I request it on your platform today? Not yet, right?
Not yet.
But can that happen too?
Yes,
future.
it can.
In future, once we have a strong foundation, see our, we are going to diversify wherever we see. Recurring business coming.
Okay,
wherever
the keyword is recurring business.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because we don't want our profession to go back.
Yeah,
Same.
absolutely.
Correct.
We don't getting enough work from Crescent.
We are not
great.
going to just try out things
Yeah.
here, because we have to have a strong foundation.
Nice.
If you have a strong foundation of those chemical engineers, then why not? We are going to act as marketing.
So
partners.
guys, if you are in photography, that's going gig. If you're in design, that's going gig. If you're in content, certainly going gig.
Going gig.
IT services has already gone gig,
That's
guys. If you're not there, you should try it. Digital marketing, yes. AI, obviously, big projects.
Big
Absolutely.
projects.
And
big
you guys
projects.
have to try it out. Why not? You can probably get married with that kind of money, make on the side, right? Not just depend on your IT services salary, right? There are a couple of questions from the audience. We'll do this and then we'll close, right?
Definitely.
This is somebody called SDB
Okay.
and doesn't disclose the
Hello,
real
Mr.
name.
STP.
Mr. or Miss.
Mr.
whoever.
Miss, okay.
What if the client is not happy with that work done? How do you address that? You've told us.
Yeah,
but-
we've already mentioned. So we give 7 days deadline, okay, or timeline. You have to. So even the professional has to prove himself in 7 days, and even the client has to take out maximum output in that 7 days, and he has to decide whether he can go forward with that. If not, then there is a charge that client has to bear. Because of course we also have to answer our professional. He's not only working with us for one project. We have to.
You have to
it
take
has-
ownership of it.
It has to be fair from both the
Both the
ends.
parties.
That's why the project management part comes into play. That's what makes us
You know,
differentiate.
and legally, are you bound by these projects?
Exactly.
That's
So,
the other thing, right?
exactly. So all the projects, all the professionals, all the clients are bounded by an NDA. All the professionals are bounded by a contract.
So they can take you to court if you mess up. They
Yeah,
can. So
both.
that's the reason for you. It's of
Absolutely.
utmost importance to
Exa-
curate.
yeah,
Exactly,
everything.
exactly. And like all the intellectual properties and all these are
Very
not
crucial
a small
documents,
term.
as in,
It's very important.
I mean, we
term.
take utmost importance, we take utmost priority of those information not
for
getting
the sake,
leaked.
yeah.
Not getting leaked also.
Absolutely.
Good to know.
Absolutely.
The next question is from Sulabh. And Sulabh asks, I have one really senior resource in infrastructure design role.
Mhm.
Can he connect with you and get some project immediately?
We would want to talk to her.
Her or him?
Yeah,
Or-
her or him. Yeah. So lady,
Yeah,
he's
it's
mentioned
Sulabh. It's a lady. I mean, I have
Okay,
one
okay.
senior infrastructure. It's a guy. So is it okay for him to contact you?
Definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely.
See,
Do you want to share your email ID?
Yeah,
See, we
so-
have project managers on board. So
Okay.
before, if such queries come up, we have a team which handles such queries. And they will
Lovely.
get
So
back.
where do you have an email for that?
Yeah, it's
It's
hello at
hello at
crescentinc.in. It's very easy. So
Hello at crescentinc.in.
in.
Okay, guys, write to that and thank you for those wonderful questions. Quick books. What do you read?
Okay, so I'm more into self-help books. Napoleon Hill. I read Napoleon Hill a lot.
And you?
I watch a lot of Shark
He's watched
Shark Tank episodes.
Man, but at least you're creating a platform that's not like Shark Tank. And guys, check out Crescent. We've run out of time. Thank you, boys, for being here. All the
Thanks
best to you.
a lot, thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Pleasure is ours.
Bye.
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 Wonderful.